Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Luciano, and it's been a while that I haven't recorded any video for this channel, but today I want to make an overview about the Latin machete, okay? And mostly because I want to help one guy uh, who's the owner of Bravebelly channel, a very interesting channel that I've been watching and I subscribed, and he usually make reviews about military rations, and he has experimenting some military rations from Brazil and discovering many things about Brazil, and now he's starting to think about reviewing blades, and we are talking about maybe he will start to review a machete from Brazil. Okay, so this is mostly to give a reference about for him about the machete from the perspective and the knowledge of a Brazilian, and how these are used here in South America, especially here in Brazil. And well, about me, I am a martial artist, and I also have some things like swords. Okay, this one actually I am making the sword. This is a European longsword. I am making this. This is not finished yet, but in my channel usually I record some things about swords, blades, martial arts, self-defense, and this channel is my English channel, but I have another main channel in which I cover the topics in Brazilian Portuguese, 40k subscribers. And if you speak Brazilian Portuguese, or if you want to learn Brazilian Portuguese and you like martial arts and blades, consider subscribing for this channel and the other channel. Okay, so about the Latin machete, Bravebelly was asking about which model to pick, and well, machetes have many forms and sizes, many shapes and sizes. It's more accurate. But when you look for a machete, what we call a facão, you are looking for this. Okay, a very thin blade, 2 millimeters thick, broad, and with this shape. There are other designs of machete that are used here in Brazil and in other sides of the world, but usually different shapes were developed to make other tasks, like harvesting sugar cane, for example, that it has a much broader blade than this, and also a longer handle. But if you're not going to harvest sugarcane, I don't suggest you to take a sugarcane machete. Okay, this is facão para mato. Okay, which means machete for bush. And what is this? This is a large knife. Okay, we don't call this machete here in Brazil. We say facão, facão. Faca means knife, and facão means big or large knife, because this is what they are. They are knives that are oversized, okay, and they are made in different lengths. Usually we start with the 10-inch machete. This is facão, but this is the shorter one. Okay, and this was modified. I modified it to have a clip point, and these are very affordable, very affordable. Okay, so for you to get one idea, this one is the largest that I have. This is a 20-inch machete, and this would be easily found here in Brazil around $5. So the largest, the longest readily available machete is around $5. They don't need to be expensive, and this one, these shorter ones would be even cheaper, maybe $3. Okay, so they are very easy to find in lengths, starting with 10-inch blades up to 20-inch blades, and they increase in 2 inches. So here, for example, I have another one, and this is a 16-inch machete, and these intermediary lengths are the most common. Usually 16, 18-inch machetes are the most used around here, and but there are some longer versions. I saw Tramontina making 28-inch blades for machetes like this, which is a very huge blade, but I never saw anyone using any of these in my life. So usually you see the intermediary blades, 14, 16, 18. Maybe you can find someone who uses a 20-inch blade, and the shorter one, the 10-inch blade, is more carried as a utilitarian knife. Okay, so these are used, the shorter one, and by the way, they come with the same tip as this, but they are very easy to modify, to put any profile of blade that you wish. You can modify them very easily, and well, these are carried as a utilitarian knife, usually in the rural areas and countryside. People carry some of these as a knife that you carry all the day long, and if you need a knife, you have one. They can be used to process food, to clear some light brush, and any kind of cutting task that you need. A knife, this will serve very well, and it could be used as a spade also to dig a hole and making some work in your backyard that you require something to cut, to chop, and maybe make to dig a hole, something like this. This will handle very well, and this will last your entire life. Very easy to maintain, very easy to sharpen, and I bet you can't destroy one of these. You can't destroy one of these. This is 2mm fixed blades. The shorter one are more rigid, okay, and you use it if you hit a rock, for example, or a piece of metal. You may have some blade damage, like this, for example. Here I have one dent here in the middle of this machete, and this was made in purpose because I wanted to test what happens when two blades hit each other on the edge. And well, there's a dent in this blade, but it's still very functional. It works pretty well, and as I use and I sharpen it, this dent will disappear as I will remove material, and this will last my life without a doubt. Okay, so it's the ultimate survival knife for everything that you need a knife for. This one is the choice. This is the knife. Simple, easy to handle, light, affordable. If you lose this with $3 you replace it. You don't need to worry about when you use something like this. Just for you to have a comparison, here I have an American knife. This is a John Benson book knife. The scabbard says it was made in Chicago. Okay, so it looks like, for me, it looks like a Bowie knife, but a bit smaller, and you can have one idea of the difference between the two. Okay, so, and this is much thicker. Okay, you can see that the machete is thinner, but these are very heavy duty. I guess this blade is very sturdy, robust, but I trust this one. This one will never fail. Okay, and well, you could carry a knife like this. Probably this is quite common in United States. This kind of blade. Maybe you would carry a Bowie if you want a larger knife. Okay, but usually here we use 10-inch machetes. And just to have another reference of blade, this is a Tramontina Commander 7-inch blade, 7-inch model. They have other models of the Commander with different shapes depending on the size of the blade. And this is inspired in the M9 bayonet. And you can see that the Tramontina 10-inch blade is much larger, broader, but it's thinner and very robust. As a survival knife, you can carry something like this, like a bayonet or a fighting knife. This will work pretty well just like this one, okay? But the thing is that this looks aggressive, and here in Brazil it's common to see some people carrying machetes because these are working tools, okay? So sometimes you see people carrying a machete in the street, going maybe to clean a site to build a home, something like this, and no one gets upset, no one calls the police about this, because it's like if you were carrying a hammer and you need to make some work in wood, okay? So these are seen as a tool for working, while this would be seen as a weapon, okay? And okay, you will not go to prison from having one of these. Of course, carrying one of these in the city would be very strange, and the police will arrive very soon. Okay, but even in the city, you can find people working with machete, especially the medium-sized one, like this, to open coconuts. So if you buy coconut water, the person who sells will get a green coconut and use the machete to remove a cap from the fruit and give you the fruit with a straw so you can drink the water. Okay, so these are quite common to see and to find even in a city. Okay, especially in the beach where it's very hot and coconut water is very popular. Okay, and then we move to the larger blades. Okay, so sometimes when you wish to cut something heavier, okay, so you need to remove a branch from a tree or maybe cut a tree, this will not be very suitable. You can cut a tree with this using batoning, but this is not what they are meant for. So if you need to cut something harder, then you pick a longer machete. Instead of having a thicker blade, you pick a longer blade. And the longer the machete, the heavier will be the cut near the tip. Okay, and so people tend to pick this when they need to cut bush, to clean branches from a tree, sorry, to clean grass, something like this. So longer longer machetes are used for work. Okay, so people usually don't carry longer machetes all the day long like they would carry a 10-inch machete. They pick one of these to make the work, then you finish the work and you clean, sharpen it, and put in the scabbard, put in the sheath, and place it somewhere in your house, and it stays there forgotten until you need the machete again. Okay, and the longest machete easily available is the 20-inch machete. Quite uncommon to see people choosing the longer machete. The longest probably will be used more to travel the bush. Okay, so most of Brazilians live in cities. We don't have too much bush in your cities, but people in rural areas, if they need to enter the bush, especially here in the Atlantic coast where we have the Atlantic bush, which is quite closed with vegetation, this would be a very good option to clean the path to go somewhere. Okay, and just to give you a reference of the size of this blade, here I have a sword, short sword, in this case a Waxashi, and the machete has the same size. Okay, but the sword is much thicker, 8 millimeters the base of the blade, 6 millimeters the tip. So this blade is quite heavy, while this blade is very light in the handle. If you need to work with something, cutting stuff all the day long, if you need a tool that you're going to use to work, and you will keep cutting all the day long, open the path in the bush or in the forest or somewhere else, this is the tool. Okay, don't pick a machete that's thicker. Don't do it. Don't do it. You will only tire your arm, and you will not progress. You'll get tired quite easily and very soon. This is something that you will use all the day long, and it will perform very well. Okay, and the blades of the machetes are usually from carbon steel, so they rust quite easily. Some models may be made in stainless steel, but the most common and most popular are the carbon steel blades. And just to give you one idea about the resistance of these blades, they can be easily bent like this, and they stay true, straight. So if you were cutting something and the blade enters in the wood, and the wood bend the blade, this is nothing for a machete. This may break other blades. Usually thicker blades don't handle this quite well. They will tend to break while thinner blades like machete will bend, but they don't stay bent. Okay, and even if you damage one of these to a point that you can't repair it, $5 you replace it. You don't need expensive machete. You can get one with $5, and this will work pretty well all your life, as long as you keep it sharpened. It will not fail you. And they are so cheap and easy to get that we don't care about them that much. So you can see that mine has some spots of rust in the blade, and well, this is nothing. This is nothing. I don't worry about this. I don't worry about this. When I need to use this blade, if necessary, I sharpen the blade, and it's ready to use. Okay. The rust, it only affect the surface of the steel, and it's just aesthetics. But this is a tool. This is a tool that you use to clear something in your backyard, to dig a hole on the ground, to cut bush. So, well, this doesn't need to be pretty, okay? And of course, because of the size, readily available, sometimes carried in the belts of people all day long, these may be used as weapons, okay? So there are cases where people use the machete to defend their homes against invaders, and these are quite serious blades, okay? So their capability to cut and chop should not be underestimated. Usually the point is not the pierciest point on a blade, but you will not wish to face one of these, okay? And also there are cases where people start to argue. One of them have a machete in their belt or in the car, and you know where it may end. So these are blades that may come in various lengths, and they can be used for anything, okay? But usually they are used as a tool, and well, if you need to go for a jungle, to the bush, or any place where you are away from society and you're by yourself, you need to cut stuff, you need something to defend yourself, or to build a shelter, something like this. This is the choice. Pick a machete, pick a pair of these short and a longer blades, and you don't need anything else, okay? Unless you need to cut something much heavier, very big tree, then you need an axe, and those will not perform very well. But as far as what a blade like a knife or a machete would be necessary, this will not fail, okay? And about the brands for machetes, here in Brazil there are some main brands. Tramontina is the most popular, and it can be found everywhere else. You can find reviews of the Tramontina's machetes all around South America, in United States, in Europe, I also found Russian people making reviews of the Tramontina machete, so these are found all around the globe. These are quite common, Machete Tramontina. Okay, this is the standard machete. There are also other brands, like this is a Collins, okay, but there is no difference between them. Okay, carbon steel blade, 2 millimeters thick, same shape. The handle is similar. Either one will be good. Other brands are Corneta. Corneta is a quite traditional brand, and also Simo. Simo is another very well known brand of machetes here in Brazil. But probably if you're not in Brazil, if you are abroad, the brand that you will find is the Tramontina, and the Tramontina is very traditional, affordable, reliable, and if you think about the machete, this is the machete. Okay, so well, I hope you liked this video, found it entertainment and also informative for you. So if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and if you're not a subscriber for my channel, please subscribe. Well, that's it, and I see you later. Goodbye.